Today is the start of what I hope will be a lot of fun episodes. I've got my buddy right here, Bob DeWitt, with me, and this is the first of many Day Trippin' with Bob DeWitt episodes. Bob, tell the folks where we're at today.
We are in Maquoketa, Iowa at the Manor Art Gallery and Bed and Breakfast. We're going to be interviewing some longtime friends of mine, very talented artists, Nasser and Patricia Shahrivar. Met them in the late 90s. They are incredible people. Contrary to my shirt, we're not on Route 66, just like the old TV show was never on Route 66.
There you go.
You've got to be pretty old to know that. But anyway, interesting place, interesting people, very talented author, artist, bed and breakfast proprietor, just really good people, and hopefully you'll enjoy them sharing some of their talent with you today.
And before we get to it, I've got to get to our sponsors. Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa, no matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all of your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer, they've got your trailer, and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops. And Blue Dog Lawn Care of Wayland, Iowa, for all of your residential and commercial lawn care needs. And when that snow starts flying again, guess what, Bob? They take care of that too.
Yes.
Let's go on inside. Patricia and Nasser, welcome to Southeast Iowa today, and my first episode of Day Trippin' with this guy, Bob DeWitt.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for having us in your wonderful art gallery and bed and breakfast. Now, before we went on camera, we spoke a little bit, and I said, you two have so much to talk about. This could be like a 3-hour documentary, but we're gonna shorten it up and just basically tell us how it came about that you have an art gallery and a bed and breakfast all in one in Maquoketa, Iowa. Whichever one would like to start.
Well, first I want to say this is not our first run with the art gallery and bed and breakfast. We had one previously in Guttenberg called the Old Brewery, but we were excited about the opportunities that Maquoketa offers. They're very geared towards art. We came just for a show, a window exhibit, and we kind of fell in love with the town and their enthusiasm about art.
And it seems like Maquoketa does have quite a history of art.
Yes.
Now you, from the tour that we had briefly, you specialize in portraits, right, Patricia? More so?
Yeah, I tend to do.
And Nasser, you tend to do more of the landscapes?
I do landscapes, yes.
Yeah.
Mostly Iowa landscapes.
And one of the things, and right behind us is a painting that you've done. I'll just kind of zoom into it a little bit. And if memory serves me correct, that's from Balltown?
Yes.
And you painted that, and I said, move over, Grant Wood. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
And one of the other things, the state of Iowa is not flat.
No, it's not. No, it's beautiful. I love nice areas in Iowa.
We had a friend come and visit from Texas, and she said, those people lied to me. They said Iowa was flat.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. And especially the folks that do RAGBRAI here in a couple weeks on bicycles, they can attest to the fact that it's not flat.
Right.
That's for sure. Now, Nasser, you are originally from Iran.
Right.
How long have you been in the United States, and what brought you to the United States?
About almost 50 years. And I came here to go to school, to architect school, but took the wrong turn. And then I met Patricia. Actually, I worked for her father. I was an electrician when I was going to college. We met and right away we got married and we moved different states. I got my degrees and came back to Iowa and we're here.
That's something. And obviously, there's big differences between Iran and Iowa. One thing, they both start with I. What's one thing you miss about Iran, and what's one of the things that you love about Iowa?
Actually, Iran is like small United States. We have beautiful canyons and mountains, rainforests, deserts, just amazing. And of course, Persia, a lot of history there, you know. And then, but Iowa, part of it looks like part of the Iran, like you said. But we really liked Iowa. We don't mind the cold because northern part of Iran, when I was born, was very cold. Even Tehran was very cold.
Really?
Yeah. So I love Iran, but now the government is different, so it makes it kind of stay away from.
And what did your parents think when you first started dating this man?
Well, my father had told me, he said, you know, people from the same country have difficulties, you know, there's sometimes conflict. He said, you have to keep in mind that you're marrying someone from a totally different culture. So he said you have to be aware of that there may be, you know, things you disagree on. So,
But it sounds like a proof over time, those are probably few and far between.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And you're both artists, you're both entrepreneurs. This is a wonderful building. Would it be all right to wrap up this segment and maybe go and look at one of the other rooms and see some of the artwork on the wall and share that with
Sure.
the viewers?
Yes.
We would love
that'd be
that.
nice.
All right, Bob, you ready for that?
I'm ready for that. I love their artwork.
All right. We'll wrap this up and then we'll go to another segment. Patricia, now we are in your wonderful and beautiful and large living room, gallery room, and here are some paintings that you have done on the wall behind us. Can you tell us a little bit about these?
Yeah, there are a few of older pieces that I've done, but they're all, the models in them were our daughter's classmates.
Oh, wow.
This is Siobhan and this is Jenny and vice versa there. And this is my daughter up above on the right, and that's her friend Anna, her classmate. They were also very, very fun to use as models.
And how long ago were these painted?
Actually, 2006.
2006.
So I've had them a little while. But
So your daughter, she's probably used to mom and dad being artists, no big deal, but I bet her friends were really excited to be models.
I think they were. We had fun with it.
Yeah, that is incredible. And these are oil paintings, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Do you do most of your work in oil?
Most of the time when I do portraiture or stuff like that, I use the oil, but once in a while I like to tinker with the watercolor and pastels.
Okay.
And if I use acrylics, it's usually for abstract paintings.
Gotcha.
Because I like the fact that it dries quickly.
Now, when you do a painting like this, do you sketch first? Or what's kind of your technique as far as to get to this?
Well, I do draw it out first before I start painting, but it first starts with the costumes. Like this one, a friend helped me to make, my friend from Gothenburg, Sheila Tompkins. She helped me make this costume. And then this one, a lot of times I'll buy clothing and then I kind of embellish it, you know.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a lot of, you know, I'll have a vision in mind and then I have to kind of select the costumes for it.
So how do you come up with these visions? I mean, you're just sitting there and you're thinking and all of a sudden something comes to your head. I mean, how does an artist's mind work as far as the subject?
Well, that's a good question. There are, you know, I look through other artists' work, you know, like the old masters, and I think I could kind of recreate this, you know, and then I kind of go from there. But
And you kind of see that. I mean, it's like you would never think this is the early 2000s.
thank you.
Yeah.
But I do like to, you know, when I get to a location, I kind of play with the models and move them to different areas and kind of go from there, you know.
What did so did you take a lot of photographs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did the young ladies think of their experience?
I think they're excited. I know Anna. I really loved her look. She looked like Waterhouse. John Waterhouse is one of his models, and I did some up close photos of her. And I know later years I had a big, large one blown up, and she came and visited, and I gave her that blown up image. I think she was excited.
I bet she was. I bet she was. Now, is there some more that we should look at in this room?
This one over here is
Okay.
it's Anna and my daughter, and then Jenny. So she's
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and that was at White Pine Hollow. Do you know where White Pine Hollow is?
I do not. Where is that?
That's, south or north, south of Guttenberg, but before Luxembourg.
Okay.
Iowa.
Here
But
in Iowa.
It's an unmaintained kind of area.
Okay.
I think mostly fishermen go there, but it was just.
Well, I imagine if I was out there fishing and you ladies came along and the young ladies were in costume, I'd be like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
That is really beautiful, though. That is. Now, was this done around the same time then?
Yes.
As the other paintings?
Yeah.
Wow. I hope that my camera lens and the folks that are watching their screens are doing these justice, because they're just beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And this is an interesting painting right here.
And this one was kind of a collage kind of thing where we created it on the computer.
Oh, wow.
She modeled for me, but
Uh-huh.
the background I used from other sources.
Okay. Wow.
But-
How long does it take from concept to what we see now?
Well, I work another job, so sometimes we create the idea, and it takes a while for me to be able to get the time to sit and paint. But
One
usually
thing about you, you get them done.
Thank you. But I enjoy painting, so if I get that opportunity, I go for it.
Gotcha. So you look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are actually the same model.
Oh.
Just like this one was, you know, you could see this was one of the masters. I think it was image from the cathedral ceiling,
Yes.
but kind of joined them together.
That is really spectacular. Now, was this model a friend of your daughter's too? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Her name is Siobhan.
Well,
I used her for a lot of paintings.
that is really incredible. That is really incredible. Well, let's wrap up this segment, and we'll go into another room.
Okay.
Patricia, before we leave your living room, you've got this wonderful painting right here of this young lady, and you've got quite a story with that. Can you tell us how she became a model?
Oh, yes. We just happened to be at the Burger King, and we saw her and her sister there, and the sister had long, beautiful red hair, almost to the floor.
Wow.
And my husband said, "Go ask her if she'll model." And I went over, but I ended up asking this one because her sister, she was very pretty, but she had a harsher bone structure.
Okay.
And I liked the softness of her face and just her wholesome look. So her sister popped up right away. "Is this to be nude?" And then I later found out that her mother was a minister. So
Okay.
of course she didn't want her sister modeling for
Right.
nude painting. But she ended up coming to our brewery, and I did photo shoots with her. She tried on different dresses and costumes, and I think she came a couple of different times, and this was actually our kitchen at the old brewery. So I don't know, it's one of my favorites.
It's really fantastic, and to think that you first see her in a Burger King,
Yeah.
and then she ends up in a period piece that just is, like you say, wholesome. You just wonder what she's about to write. When you look, you can tell that she's got her gathering her thoughts. It's
this
really
one is titled The Love Note.
the love note. Oh, there you go.
So
And then you just wonder with her expression, it's like it could go any number of ways.
That's
The
right.
the theme of her note.
right, that's exactly right.
Well, that is wonderful. Is there anything else that we should talk about in this room? This big painting right here is to my right is getting my attention, and I'm going to just put you on the spot. I'm going to back up a little bit so the folks can see it. How big is that painting, first?
That's a good question.
It's almost as big as you. I mean, that's a big painting there. Not that you're big, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a larger piece, and that was one of the challenges. My husband wanted to see me paint larger. So, and when you go larger, it does take a lot more time to complete the painting. But it was a fun piece. But I decided I'm not sure that I'm happy with the background, so I'm going to end up changing the colors of it.
Okay.
But, that's Siobhan again. She was an awesome model. I think she loved coming and posing for me. But
So how old would she have been in this picture?
she was probably maybe 17
Okay.
at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you paint the background, as you said, you're going to change some of this. Then do you end up, because of color differentiation, having to change skin tones or anything like that?
I think this will be fine the way,
Okay.
and I think it'll make her. If I go with a darker, I was gonna do a darker blue, and I think it'll make her pop more. It'll make her come out more.
Yeah.
So, but I just need to get it back on the easel and get that done.
Gotcha.
But on that one, I've never was really happy with how. I don't know if I should say this, but how the background looked. Although this was a painting my daughter did. My daughter was a beautiful artist.
So that's a painting of her painting.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I was playing with it, and I decided I'm going to totally change this one, the background and everything, because I just felt it needed something different. So.
Boy, well, to my untrained eye, it looks wonderful. I mean, I couldn't imagine changing it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It just is incredible.
I had one girl that used to come every year.
Okay.
She would come to visit her grandparents.
Okay.
Her name's Kaylee, and I've done quite a few paintings of Kaylee. This one, I don't know if it shows up good enough.
It's
but
actually, seems to be coming out. There's some shadows on there, obviously, that aren't painted on. It's for the folks that are looking, but so tell us about Kaylee.
So Kaylee, her grandparents did live there in Guttenberg, but she lived in, I believe, Kansas. But she would call me up and say, "Hey, Patricia, I'm here." She was always looking forward to coming, and when she came, we would go do photo shoots. And
That's really cool.
Yeah, she was a great model. Too.
And you capture not only their likeness, but a part of their soul.
Oh.
I mean, it just shows through there. And I'm going to try and zoom in again here. And like I said, the lighting, not any fault of the painter, but of me doing it. But it's.
I wonder, would it help?
There you go.
If I open
There you
that
go.
up a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting some natural sunlight in here now, folks, and it's just beautiful. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us,
Oh,
Patricia.
Of course. Thank you.
Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Give me a like, push that little subscribe button. It's all free. Thanks for watching. Nasser, we are now in one of the rooms of the bed and breakfast, and the room is also a gallery.
Right. We use all the space and rooms in the building for a gallery. So we have 3 bed and breakfast rooms. This is one of them, which is down the stairs.
And behind us are some of your works.
Yes, they are. In fact, like we're talking about Iowa paintings, these are all Iowa paintings. I have one from Wyoming, but mostly Iowa and Northeast Iowa. We've done throughout the Iowa different areas.
Now, when we look here in this painting here, is that Balltown as well?
Yes, that's Balltown. That's one of the main views that a lot of people take picture of. Yeah.
Now, I mean, I've been to Balltown, and especially in the fall, it's just spectacular.
It is. Yeah.
As an artist, tell me how it inspires you.
Well, we have traveled a lot of places, and I've come to conclusion Iowa, especially Northeast Iowa, other areas too, is really good pictures for painting. It's not just a view; it's a great view for painting. Great subject.
And when you paint something as spectacular as this, and I apologize, I know my camera lens is not going to do the justice that the human eye will do, but when you paint something like that, how does it get from your eye, your mind's eye, to a finished painting?
Well, I go to the location many times, different time of day, morning, afternoon, seasons, and once I find the picture I like, I bring it home and do some sketches and make my decision either I want to paint it or not. And then I make final decision and do my sketch, and sometimes they take about 4 months. I've had the painting, it took me a year to finish up.
Now, on this painting up here over your right shoulder, the colors are spectacular, and I imagine that your photograph can nowhere near match that painting.
No, it wasn't. I do change a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
But I have a suspicion and a thought that what we see in the painting is how you saw it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Right. Thank
It gives me chills. It's really
thank you.
nice. It's really nice. This one behind you, is that also Balltown?
Yes, that's Bolton as well.
I'm going to kind of raise the camera up a little bit. I'm going to zoom in on that so folks can see it. But hopefully they're watching this in high definition. We're shooting it in high definition, so hopefully they're getting a nice, beautiful screen right now. Tell us a little bit about that painting.
That one is springtime. So most of my work from Balltown area or other areas are fall seasons. Of course, the fall has so many colors.
Yeah.
So I decided to do something with green, springtime. So I started working on that one.
It's wonderful. It is wonderful. Now, I know you get around the country,
Yes.
and there's just one I cannot ignore right here, the reflection on the river with the eagle here and the mountains in the background. We've got a show, and we'll have you talk about here in just a moment. Just let me zoom in a little bit on that, and we'll get the frame to disappear. And look at that, folks. We are in Wyoming now. That's incredible. Tell us about that.
I have a friend in Wyoming. She works for wildlife, and she sent me a few pictures and said, I think you would like this. So that's her photograph.
Wow.
And gave me permission to paint. So I thought, I actually had 2 or 3 of them that I painted. This is one of them, and I did that one. I've done quite a few national parks. I did the Yellowstone that she sent me the photograph. And I've done like the Arches and Grand Canyon, but mostly I do Iowa.
Wow. It's spectacular. Thank you for sharing this. We're going to wrap up this segment here, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Patricia and Nasser, you are on a beautiful staircase in your home. And one of the things that we haven't mentioned yet, I want to just kind of show the folks this neat curves and everything to this staircase. But one of the things we haven't mentioned yet is how old is the home here?
Home was built 1882 by a doctor, and they had it for a long time. And they use, for the stairway, they used butternut wood, And it's amazing how they make the curvature on this
Yes.
going up there, the craftsmen. And some people tell us that the pedestal here, they might have the blueprint for the house in there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. A lot of architects have put the blueprints in that area. So we haven't really investigated to see is anything in there or not, but
They say you can unscrew it.
you're right.
Okay.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want. I'd almost want to get like an X-ray machine or something and look in there that way. That is incredible. And you know, this home. I mean, you said 18 what?
82.
1882. I mean, the doctor had to have a lot of money back then to build a home like this.
Right, they did. Actually, we have the old abstract, and everything's handwritten, and the drawings of the place is really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just incredible. I really encourage people to come check this place out. Do you have a Facebook page or a website that?
Yes, we're on Google Maps
Okay.
under DRT Manor, and then we have the DRT Manor on Facebook. On Facebook page.
And what I will do is people are watching this right now, they're seeing that information on the screen. So it'll be up there on the screen as well. And you folks that are listening, we'll do our best to have it in the description of the podcast episode as well too. Just thank you so much for this. This is just incredible. Bob, you've done a great job picking out the place for your first day tripping with Bob DeWitt.
Well, these are such talented people, and I thought they need to be shared with the rest of the country because it's incredible. Some of these paintings look like photographs. I've always said that, and we met in the late 1990s when I was working, and actually I seen a print of the round barn up in a store in Dyersville.
Okay.
And I said, "Is that a Terry Redlin?" He said, "No, that's a Nasser Shaharbar. There, he has a gallery up in Gutenberg." So I headed up north out of Dyersville and met Nasser and Patricia and been able to buy a few paintings. Stayed at the bed and breakfast and just really good people and a very talented family. Not only a painter but authors and Pat has a knack for decorating, as you can tell.
Yes.
By just the videos you're showing.
The place is beautiful. And now you're in Maquoketa. And with that, I want to wrap up this segment, but I want to tease everybody because the next thing I want to talk about, sir, is your books. Nasser, I was just saying to Patricia and Bob off camera, and I said to Patricia, I said, there will be people that are watching this that'll say it's not fair that you folks have so much talent. And here you are, you're also a writer.
Yes, I am. Yes. Well, I come from Iran, and I have a lot of background and a lot of stories I heard from my parents and grandparents. So I decided to write a book. So the first one I wrote was this book called "The Man Who Could Not Say Love," and that was my first writing. Then I knew that I had a lot of things that wasn't right, and I rewrote my book and named it "The Persian Lover."
Oh.
And then after that, I started writing screenplay. And actually my screenplay, I have 2 screenplays right now. My Persian Lover screenplay, I have won some national and international awards for my screenplay.
Wow.
And my first one and my second one also as well. It's called The Call of Evil. It's not in a book yet, but I've been winning some awards with that too.
Wow.
Just hoping to sell my screenplay.
Now the Persian, that's awesome. The Persian Lover, is that available where people can buy books online, or can they only get it here? Or?
Well, they can read online on Kindle.
Okay.
They can read on there, but I'm rewriting the book, so it'll be available maybe in 3-4 months.
3 or 4 months.
New version of it.
Okay. Right. Well, then we will tell people to stay tuned for that.
Sounds good.
All right. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about the book?
This book happens in Iran about 50 years ago.
Okay.
And starts with the main character's childhood. As he grows, there's some adventure through the childhood, and then goes to the revolution time, when the new government takes over, and 1977 or 8.
Okay.
And then a lot of things changes in Iran. The main character moves to the United States to go college and meets a lady and they get married, and then doesn't work out. He goes back to Iran and then meets another woman there, and accidentally, and finds out that he actually had a daughter that he didn't know.
Oh, wow.
So again, the story goes on, but they end up in the United States, the whole family, him and his new girlfriend and daughter, they moved to the United States.
Okay. Now, back when this takes place in the late 70s,
78, yeah.
Iran was a lot more westernized, Western influence at that time. If I remember right, there was the Shah of Iran.
Right.
And then Ayatollah Khomeini.
Came.
And he came, his bunch, and changed the way
Yeah.
Iran was from then on.
Well, Iran was one of the most advanced countries in the world. You know, we had car factories, and actually we had woman voting rights a long time ago, and the Shah brought a lot of good things to Iran. But for some reason, they changed the government. Other countries helped to change the government for whatever reason their interest was. And then after that, it just fallen apart.
Well, I encourage folks to read this book when they have the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you to Nasser and Patricia. Bob, good first episode.
Great people. Glad we were able to come here.
Oh, me too. And we're going to go to more places day tripping with Bob DeWitt. And I want to thank you for watching. And also, I've got to thank our sponsors, Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, Girling Repair, B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops, and Blue Dog Lawn Care. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. Besides being your host, I'm the author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and I always got to plug my book. And one more thing to say. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.